What is good, everybody? It is your boy, the one and only, y'all. The one and only King Tyson, y'all. We back here for another episode, y'all. Episode 42. Hey, we back here for episode 42. Let's get it, man. This is the Raw after Wrestlemania. Hey, this shit is crazy. Wrestlemania was crazy. Wrestlemania was lit. We got new champions, as I mentioned on the last episode. Oh yeah, if you missed the last episode, the last episode is posted on X, y'all. The last episode is posted on X at Raw and Smack Talk on X. It's at Raw and Smack Talk on X, y'all. Make sure y'all tune into episode 41. Episode 41, y'all. Episode 41. Episode 41 is on X, y'all. So it's not going to be on YouTube. So make sure y'all tune in for that. But anyway, this is the Raw after Wrestlemania Backlash, y'all. Backlash is May 10th, y'all. May 10th. That's the next premium live event, y'all. That's the next premium live event that we got coming up. So yeah, Backlash in St. Louis. Randy Orton's hometown, y'all. Randy Orton. Speaking of Randy Orton, we're gonna get into Randy Orton in a few minutes. So how was y'all weekend? How was the Easter weekend, y'all? It was Easter weekend. But anyway, we moving past that. Hopefully, y'all week is successful, y'all. It's the middle of the week, y'all. It's the middle of the week. Hopefully, y'all week has been productive, successful, and hopefully everything went your way. Hey, alright? So look, we got new champions. Like I said, we got a new IC champion. We got Dirty Dom. That's a new champion. We got, of course, y'all, I should say him first. We got Jey Uso is the winner. Like I said on the last episode, Jey Uso is our new World Heavyweight Champion. John Cena is the new undisputed champion. So big ups to John Cena, the GOAT. John Cena is the new champion. We got Io Sky retaining her championship against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. So big ups to that. And also retaining her championship is Tiffany Stratton. She defeated Charlotte Flair, y'all. So we'll find out what's next for them on SmackDown. Alright, so we'll talk about SmackDown later on this week. But right now, it's the Raw Smack Talk. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. Alright, let's get into it. Oh, before I get into it, we had Randy Orton, y'all. Randy Orton had remember Randy Orton's surprise opponent. And his surprise opponent was the one and only Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, y'all. And Joe Hendry did his thing against Randy Orton. And so the turning point, or the ending of the match, is when Joe Hendry did his little signature move. He turned around and smiled at the camera. As soon as he smiled at the camera, y'all, Randy Orton came and RKO'd his ass. Gone. But yeah, so that was a good ass match right there. So, and then at the end of the match, Randy Orton gave him another RKO. You know, Randy Orton won't beat Randy Orton if he didn't give you another RKO. So yeah, and also Becky Lynch returned. And her and Barbara Victoria became the new women's tag team champions. They defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. But we're gonna talk about that. The backlash, the aftermath. We're going to talk about the aftermath. The aftermath of WrestleMania 41. Let's get into it right now. WrestleMania, let's get it. Alright, so John Cena started off the show, y'all. John Cena started off Monday Night Raw as per usual. I ain't gonna say per usual. But yeah, John Cena started off the show. And before he started talking, he asked the announcer to announce him correctly. So the ring announcer announced him correctly, said he's the 17-time champion. He is the last real champion as well, y'all. He's the last real champion. So John Cena started off, he says, winners write history, y'all. He started off with that. He says, winners write history. He says to the fans, just because y'all show up in a good ass mood, John Cena went off, y'all. He said, just because you show up in a good ass mood, still tell y'all to go straight to hell. He's like, still tell y'all to go straight to hell. He's don't care if y'all ain't in good ass mood. He said, go to hell, everybody.
Come on now, dog.
John Cena's going berserk. John Cena's going crazy. So he continued, y'all. He says everyone owes him an apology. At first, so when he said everybody owes him an apology, the crowd said, "We are sorry." And someone was like, "No, we're not." So he corrected. He said the crowd was actually saying, "We are not sorry." So the shit was going down. So John Cena continued. He was like, "Y'all don't mean anything." John Cena said the fans did not mean anything to him. He was like, he started, he said, remember y'all, he said back in January, he said it was 36 dates, and now he's down to 28 dates. He said that doesn't even include matches. He said that's just appearances. He said I don't have to do matches, y'all. And the crowd was like, the crowd was booing for real. They was real pissed off. And so, John Cena continues, you know, he was talking about Cody Rhodes, and he was like, wow, he was like, y'all gonna boo Cody Rhodes? He said after we had him on our back, carried him on our back for a whole year straight, he had him finish his story, y'all gonna boo Cody Rhodes? He was like, see, this is the problem with this relationship. He said we're in a dysfunctional relationship with the fans, y'all. So he tells the fans to get the cameras out. He said, because this is gonna be a moment to remember. And he said after John Cena said he was the last real champ, the one and only, y'all, the one and only Randy Orton comes out, y'all. Randy Orton comes out and RKO's the shit out of John Cena. So I can see that match coming out. I can see the first main event match for Backlash, and that's gonna be John Cena versus Randy Orton for the Undisputed Championship, y'all. Put in the comments what y'all believe it's gonna happen. Put in the comments. And if it does happen, who y'all going against? I mean, who y'all going for, or y'all going against? Y'all going for John Cena, or y'all going for Randy Orton? Put in the comments. Alright, on Raw Smack. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe while you do it. Let's get it. Alright, so remember when we was talking about Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch winning the tag team champions at WrestleMania. So they had a rematch. So Liv and Raquel wanted a rematch on Monday Night Raw. So the rematch happened, and Liv and Raquel ended up winning the match. Liv became the 4-time tag team champion. So big ups to Liv and Raquel for winning back the tag team champion. So Lyra and Becky only had the championship for like one fucking day, literally. They only had the championship for one fucking day. That's some bullshit. So look, so this is what happened during the match. This is a little highlights during the match. So Liv did her finisher to Lyra Valkyria. So Lyra ended up hitting Raquel ringside, and she fell on to Becky Lynch. And Lyra was looking like, oh shit. So Lyra ended up turning around, and Liv Morgan did the Oblivion to Lyra, and that was the match right there. So look, y'all, after the match, Becky Lynch ended up hugging on to Lyra Valkyria, and then she clotheslined her ass. Everybody was like, what the fuck is going on? So now we got Becky Lynch turn heel. Everybody's turning heel after WrestleMania. What the fuck is going on with WWE? What is going on? But I like it. So moving on. So Becky Lynch ended up attacking Lyra Valkyria even more. So Becky Lynch ended up doing her finisher to Lyra 3 times. She did what's called the manhandle slam 3 times to Lyra Valkyria. The crowd cheered her on and everything. They was like, one more time. So that was crazy right there, y'all. That was crazy. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. This is the Raw Smack Talk. The Raw after WrestleMania 41. Alright? So look, we're moving on. The New Day. The New Day, y'all, are the new tag team champions, or the new world tag team champions, that is. So, alright, so congratulations to the New Day, the new world tag team champions. So they came out and they wanted everybody to get down on their knees, like I said on last episode. They wanted them to get down on their knees and say thank God for the New Day.
Come on now, dog.
He said thank God for the New Day. I was like, really? Anybody saying that shit? So after they said that, the Alpha Academy came out. Otis and Tozawa. They ended up coming out, and Maxine, surprised to me, Maxine came out and she set the stage. She was like, the last time Alpha Academy had a match against the New Day, we beat y'all within 60 seconds. So she was like, how about we have a match right here, right now? So at first the New Day they said no, but Xavier, it was like, hell no, we no minute man. He's like, we no 1 minute man. So they agreed to the match. So as the match was about to start, the lights went out, y'all. The lights went out, and it was the one and only Rusev. Rusev returns to the WWE, y'all. He came back, Rusev came back, and he ended up taking out Otis and Tozawa. He ended up taking out the Alpha Academy. He ended up taking them out. The New Day, flee the ring and shit. So they flee. Tozawa ended up getting tossing all over the ring by Rusev, and then Rusev ended up doing multiple super kicks to Otis in his motherfucking face. Oh! So at the end of it, Rusev puts Otis in his submission move, almost broke his fucking neck and his back. I was like, oh shit, his neck, his back.
Boy, if you don't get
But we're gonna move it on, y'all. We move it on. This is the Raw after WrestleMania, alright? So look, backstage. So backstage we had the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day was, we had Dirty Dom, he's the new IC champion, as we were saying. Then Liv and Raquel became back. They brought back the women's tag team champion. So they was all, amped up backstage cheering and shit with Carlito. And then Finn Balor ends up showing up. He was looking real pissed off in the face, and jealousy was showing all over his face at the same time. So he kept looking at the IC championship and looking at Dirty Dom. But he shows up and he said, look, y'all, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And he congratulated Dom. He said he's going to show support in Dom's match against Penta. We're going to talk about that later. Dom versus Penta for the IC championship. But we're going to keep it moving to Io Sky, y'all. Io Sky, like I said, she retained her championship at WrestleMania. And she says that Rhea and Bianca tried to forget her, but she reminded them why she is the genius of the sky, y'all. She was by the way, she was amped. Io Sky was amped. She remained the champion, and all of a sudden, the one and only NXT's own Stephanie Vaquer came out. She came out and she asked for the fight against Io Sky, and Io Sky accepted the challenge. So it was Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. So the match was crazy. Here are a couple of highlights of the match. So Stephanie slams Io Sky's head into the mat multiple times. I think it was her signature move. She basically had her head between her knees and just slammed her fucking head against the mat. Oh! I was like, God damn. So both Stephanie and Io was giving each other German suplexes. They was reversing each other's moves, flying all over the ring and shit. As Io Sky was about to do, I think she was about to do a running move to Stephanie, the one and only Roxanne Perez comes out and attacks Io Sky. She interfered with the match. I was like, what the fuck is going on now? Now we got NXT people coming on Raw now. And then Julia comes out and she attacks Stephanie. So that shit was crazy. So Roxanne and Julia started to attack Io Sky and Stephanie. So it was a lot going on. Started beating the shit out of them. And then the one and only Rhea Ripley comes out, y'all. Rhea Ripley comes out, her music comes on, and they was looking crazy in the face. So Rhea Ripley comes out and she looks she looks Julia up and down. Julia ended up leaving the ring, and then Rhea Ripley gives Io Sky her championship title back. So and Rhea Ripley looks at Io. So I don't think Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are done yet, y'all. So put in the comments how y'all feeling about Rhea Ripley and Io, a rematch at Backlash. Put it in the comments. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. We almost through it. All right. So the World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso comes out, y'all. Jey Uso comes out, y'all. And he says he's here. He's here now, and he wanted it since he was a kid. The championship, y'all. That's what he's talking about. So he said he wanted this champion to be a champion since he was a little boy. So now he got it. So he said through it all though, at WrestleMania 41, Gunther gave him a run for the money, y'all. Gunther gave him a run. So as he was talking about that shit, everybody was yeeting along. The one and only Sami Zayn comes out. Put in the comments if you thought Sami Zayn was gonna come out and challenge Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Put it in the comments, because that's what I thought at first. But anyway, moving on, Sammy comes out, and he said it was, he comes out and he ends up hugging Jey Uso. You know, everybody was amped up and shit. He hugs Jey Uso, and Sammy Uso was like, it was hard for him to miss. It was hard for him to miss WrestleMania 41. And he said he almost did, but he was like, he couldn't miss it. He said he had to make sure that Jey Uso, he had to make sure he looked Jey Uso in the eyes and tell him that he deserves that shit, man. He deserves everything he's been through with Gunther, y'all. So now he deserves everything he's been through with Gunther, but he deserves the title, you know, for everything he's been through with Gunther. So then Jimmy Uso comes out. He comes out and he also celebrates with Jey. So what's next with Jey Uso, y'all? We don't know. Who could be Jey Uso's next opponent? I guess we will see next week on Monday Night Raw. Alright, so after WrestleMania 41, they had an interview with Logan Paul, and you know, Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles, y'all. So during that match, AJ Styles, they're doing the match with AJ Styles and Logan Paul. We had Karen Cross come out and interfere with the match, telling AJ Styles to use the brass knuckles because of Logan Paul's homeboy ended up bringing the brass knuckles out to the ring, but AJ Styles ended up taking it from him. Then Karen Cross comes out and is like, use it, use it, use it. AJ Styles did not use it. He ended up losing the match. But anyway, so Logan Paul had an interview and they asked if he pulled that match off if Karen Cross wasn't in the ring. He asked if he could pull the win if Karen Cross and his friend didn't scrap AJ Styles. So Logan Paul was like, he was like, what? All that shit you said is irrelevant, man. He said a win is a win. I don't care, I don't give a fuck who was out there. He said a win is a fucking win. So he said, what's next for Logan Paul? Logan Paul said he can do what he wants to whoever he wants, fight whoever he wants. So he said it is what it is. He said whoever wants the next big money match, you know where Logan Paul is. So next, then they had an AJ Styles interview, and AJ Styles says that Logan Paul plays a lot of fucking games, and he played it well, and that's why he ended up winning the match at WrestleMania. And AJ Styles continued. He said he's gonna take the L and move on, y'all. AJ Styles said he's gonna take the L and move on, keep it pushing. And as he was talking, Karen Cross comes up, and he still wants the old AJ Styles back. He wants old AJ Styles back bad. AJ Styles said he is never going back to that old person last year. He said he's not going back to the old person. And he said it's to Karen Cross. He said he has a problem that he needs to fix his goddamn self. He said Karen Cross got a problem within himself he needs to fix because he keeps trying to push his problems onto other people. That's what I think, and that's what AJ Styles believes at the same time, y'all. So look, we gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it moving. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling? This is the Raw Smack Talk, the Raw after WrestleMania. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to your boy. Alright? So look, Gunther comes out, y'all. The one and only Gunther. He ended up losing, as we know, to Jey Uso. He ended up tapping out. So Gunther comes out. He started to argue with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. I was like, what the fuck is he doing out here arguing with them? But anyway, so Gunther ended up pushing Pat McAfee and puts Michael Cole in a chokehold. Ended up put him in the sleeper. And everybody was like, oh shit, oh shit. So Pat McAfee ended up attacking Gunther. He ended up punching Gunther in the face. And then Gunther ended up putting Pat McAfee in the sleeper hold at the same time. And then, y'all, that shit was like a real fight. Pat McAfee's homeboys came out the crowd and everything. They were trying to get to Gunther. But they, you know, the security was out there. They had Adam Pearce out there. It was like, let him go, let him go. Gunther choked the shit out of Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee face was red. He could barely breathe. It was like, drink some water, drink some water. So as Gunther was leaving, the crowd was saying, fuck you, Gunther. It was just, the crowd was on one Monday Night Raw. They was crazy. The crowd was saying everything out their mouths. So they said, fuck you, Gunther. So backstage, Adam Pearce told Michael Cole to take the night off. And Michael Cole said he's not going to let Gunther bully him out of his job. And so Michael Cole ended up going back to the fucking announce table. So we're going to get to the main event match. which was Dirty Dom versus Penta, y'all. Dirty Dom versus Penta for the IC Championship. So the midpoint of the match, Penta did the Penta Destroyer to Dirty Dom, but Dirty Dom ended up rolling out of the ring. So when he got back in the ring, Penta was about to get back on the top ropes, but the one and only, y'all, JD McDonough shows up and pushed Penta off the top rope. Dirty Dom, did a 619 to Penta, and he got on the top ropes and did the frog splash and the rough count of 3, and that was the match. Dirty Dom won his first title defense, y'all. Well, I won't say his first title defense, but his first major title defense. So big ups to Dirty Dom, y'all. He retained the men's IC Championship. Alright, let's keep it moving. This is it. So Seth Rollins with Paul Heyman, they end up coming out together, y'all. So remember at the last match on night 1, the main event, Paul Heyman screwed over CM Punk and Roman Reigns. He blowed CM Punk and Roman Reigns. That shit was epic. That shit was crazy. So Seth Rollins ended up smacking Roman Reigns in the back with a chair again. He stomped the shit out of Roman Reigns in the ref counting 3, and that was the end of the night. That was crazy. Night 1 was crazy. End of night 1 was crazy. So we're gonna keep it moving. So Seth Rollins puts his hands out, and Paul Heyman gives Seth Rollins the mic. I was like, who do you think he is? Roman Reigns? So the crowd, ended up saying, fuck you, Heyman. And so, like I said, the crowd was crazy. The crowd was on. So he said, fuck you, Heyman. Seth continued to talk, y'all. So Seth says he took the wise man from Roman Reigns, and he took CM Punk's best friend, and he won at Wrestlemania 41, which all that is true. All that is true. He took the wise man from Roman, and he took CM Punk's best friend, Paul Heyman. That was crazy. That was a crazy night right there. So CM Punk comes out, y'all. CM Punk comes out. He was like, he's sick of this shit. He's sick of the talking, sick of the bullshit. He ended up coming out, and him and Seth Rollins ended up fighting each other. So CM Punk ended up stomping out Seth Rollins in the corner, and then all of a sudden CM Punk ended up grabbing Paul Heyman. He ended up grabbing Paul Heyman, and then Seth Rollins came from behind him, and he slammed CM Punk, and then he ended up stomping CM Punk's head into the fucking ground again, y'all. He stomped his head to the ground. So Paul ended up talking. He claims that Seth Rollins is the #1 superstar in the WWE. And Seth, so all of a sudden Roman Reigns ended up coming out. Roman Reigns came out and he speared the shit out of Seth Rollins, and then he Superman punched Paul Heyman. I was like, this shit crazy. He Superman punched the shit out of Paul Heyman. So Roman Reigns was lining up Paul Heyman for the spear, but as soon as he was about to spear Paul Heyman, the one and only Braun Breaker comes out and he spears Roman Reigns and CM Punk. That shit was crazy. I was like, what the hell is going on? So Braun and Seth Rollins ended up smiling and shit. I was like, everybody in the crowd was going crazy. They was like, oh shit. So Braun ended up spearing Roman Reigns through the barricade outside the ring, y'all. He speared him through the fucking barricade. And then Seth was talking shit to CM Punk and Roman Reigns inside the ring. And he stomped the shit out of CM Punk, did his finishing move to CM Punk. And then he did his finishing move to Roman Reigns. Again, I told you, Raw was lit. Gosh almighty. So yeah, y'all, that was Monday Night Raw, y'all. Episode 42, man, of Raw Smack Talk, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. I appreciate all my new subscribers, like I've been saying every week on every episode. Keep them coming. Make sure y'all keep the comments up. Alright, make sure y'all keep them up. But we on the road to 10,000, y'all. We on the road to 10,000 subscribers. This is the Raw Smack Talk, man. And I will see y'all later on this week for episode 43. 43, y'all. We're gonna be for episode 43. All right. So like I said, every episode, every week, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with the one and only King Tyson. And I will see y'all on the next episode. I'm out.